Welcome to another episode, everyone. Some gang members are sitting down with some Crips and Bloods, and they're having a conversation. They're trying to make sense of this dumbass gang culture. These dudes are extremely young. And let's see if we can learn something here, or if they can learn something and make sense of it all. Now, the thing that transpired a couple of days ago on MLK Day, over there on Crenshaw or wherever exactly those young individuals were, they are all very young. One of my OG homies was there personally. He had seen 4Extra, he had seen Spody Face there. You know, that's a whole nother situation. And he has footage. He actually performed CPR. I don't know if he wanted me to mention his name. You know, he actually had a long conversation with him last night, my brother Akeem, piece of the guy. And he performed CPR on the individual that had been stabbed. And also, the dude that was beaten in the alley, the youngster, had footage of that. He was there up close and personal with everything. We were discussing whether I should play this on my channel or not, or even discuss it. I had seen what happened, obviously, the other day on different channels and news and whatever. And I thought about doing a video on it, but I was disgusted by it. I didn't watch the whole video. I seen it I saw it on Facebook somewhere. I said, oh, this is crazy. I was so embarrassed that I didn't, I haven't played it on my channel because it was so embarrassing. So outrageous. And I'm trying to get away from some of this gang talk anyway, or careful how I talk about it. And, that's why I ain't do nothing on Gucci getting robbed by Pooch by the 60s supposedly and all this. King Pill getting put off of Pyru or whatever supposedly. I just been trying to steer away from all that, so I haven't done it. So I don't know if I'm going to drop that footage or do that. I can't play that footage on YouTube anyway. There's no way. This is some different footage that, I can't play that. But I guess I can play what's already out there and have a discussion about it. Perhaps I should, and I'll give it some further thought. And if it's something that if I can send a message with it, if someone can learn something from that nonsense, then I'll do it. I don't want to just do it just to play the video, and perhaps glorify it some or whatever, because that was embarrassing. That was absolutely embarrassing. That was horrible. That was absolutely embarrassing. All them dudes need their fucking ass whooped. All of them. Every last one of them need their young asses whooped. Every black motherfucker should go over there and whoop every single one of their asses. Let's get into this. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, please.
G Luck, I'd like to ask you a question about, how long you been gangbanging?
4 years.
And how old are you?
I'm 16.
Yeah, in those 4 years, what do you think you accomplished, from being in the gang?
Nothing really, just nothing.
Introducing G Luck. He's a Crip. 16 years old. And been gangbanging for 4 years, so since he was 12. Sounds familiar. I started gangbanging at 12 years old, actually. Call myself gangbanging like he called himself gangbanging. We don't know nothing about nothing at that age, even at 16. We're young, and that's another thing. Those dudes that were out there fighting and stabbing and all of this on MLK Day, the videos that I've seen, they were all very young dudes. I didn't see an old dude in sight or an older dude, or I'm talking about somebody even in their 30s or something. Like these dudes was 15 and 14 and 16, 17. And I can't say that they don't know any better. I can't say that he doesn't know any better. I can't say that I didn't know any better. I can only say that they need guidance and direction, as I did at that age. We all do. They need an outlet, these kids, and they need guidance and direction, not denigration. if we're going to save them.
Being
Nothing?
down,
You don't feel
being
like
down for his hood. You know what
nothing?
I'm saying?
You mean you gang bang for 4 years, you took that out your life, and you like can't look back and say I got this out of it?
I know what I learned.
You
Learned
don't
the
get
white
nothing out of the
man put
game.
this all together.
That's what it is.
I learned that eventually, I think it'll pay off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now, we all up here, it's gonna pay off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not what the gang is. It's like they said, like when a gang is not like, it doesn't have to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Just cause you in a gang, it don't have to be bad. It could be good. It could stand for something else. You know what I'm saying?
Feedback,
You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta kill people to be in a gang, you know? You wear the color, hang with your boys and everything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But we got a lot of brothers out there who's like, they stupid. They go around doing some stupid thing, and I give a bad name for all of us.
Just for life.
It's like nowadays, if I wanted to go visit my grandma on the hill, I can't go see her. It's like I'm trapped.
So clearly this video is from some years back, and the headline here is Bloods and Crips movement made it way to the East Coast, New York and Pittsburgh. So perhaps these dudes are somewhere out there, New York and Pittsburgh. It checks out because they don't even look like they from LA. I'm not even gonna lie. These damn bandanas on, not that people in LA don't wear, but they doing too much. They trying too hard, these young dudes. This is ridiculous. They look like clowns up there. They look like straight clowns. These rags on their head and these damn sunglasses. They look like fools. Like I look like a fool when I did it. And looking at this, I realize how foolish I look and how foolish everyone else looks. This is ridiculous. What the hell? You can't make this up. You wear blue, I wear red, and we're going to beef with each other over that. We're going to kill each other because you wear red and I wear blue, and we're sworn enemies. I mean, boy, they did a number on us, boy. They did a number on us. In so many ways, they've done a number on us. And we fall for the banana in the tailpipe every time. Absolutely genocidal, self-destruction, taking each other out over the most nonsensical thing ever in the world. You can't make this shit up. How many people have lost their lives over this foolish concept? Whoa. And on MLK Day, these individuals cannot comport themselves with any decorum whatsoever. Shameful and embarrassing is what it is and what it was. The hood vlog I seen with DC Draco, and he was over there at the end filming some stuff with 4 extras and the 40s, the hood vlog. Shit was, I was gonna react to it, but I was like, man, this shit is bull. This is some bullshit right here. That's why I ain't do it. Gotta find a way to reach the people better than what I've been doing, apparently. And seriously, man, this stuff has to stop. Some people gonna go because it has to stop. We have to put a squad together, take some of these individuals out who continue to promote this nonsense, this propaganda, this self-destruction, who continuously sell us this genocide amongst ourselves. They are enemy to the people. Understand that. And at some point, the excuse that they don't know any better and that we don't know any better is going to dissipate. It's not going to hold any weight because you should know better at this juncture with all of this stuff that's been going on for decades with this nonsense, with this gang culture. We do know better at this point. Black Lives Matter. I cannot tell that these black people care at all about another black person. At all. In fact, the more hatred they show another black person, they believe, apparently, the more powerful they are. the more respectable they are. Sad shit, man. Need to get it together.
In my community,
Yeah.
I gotta stay around my set. Do you feel that way too, brother?
Yeah, I feel that way a lot, cause like I remember like 92, 91, I mean it was out, but it wasn't getting to its peak all the way, and like everybody used to go to Kennywood all the time. Now don't nobody go to Kennywood unless you have like your whole friends are going like 5 cars
10.
deep or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now they got, I remember they start trying to see you can't wear colors, and they got the metal detectors, and it shouldn't even be all like that. You're going to Kennywood or somewhere like that to have fun, or to go visit a relative in a different neighborhood. You ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, gang bang and then go visit your relative. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean,
You know
it's,
what I'm saying? Got our grown folks scared of us.
That's like my mom. She live in Garfield, and I was having problems going up there to see her. You know what I'm saying? And that's my mom. I had to live with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Just because I couldn't go up there and see her.
But the big thing is that really got me about to really wake up and see what I was doing, being a Crip gang banging. When my cousin Javon died on the 20th of December of 94, you know, he passed away, and I looked at it. He was an outgoing, you know, art student. He went to college. He wasn't all into it, and he died. It's like the bullet don't got no name on it. You know what I'm saying? You coming at it like that, and you going to kill a lot of innocent people. What you feel about innocent people dying like
I
that?
feel just like Nut, like my boy D Nut, you know what I'm saying? He is a blood, but he was cool. He wasn't really all in that gang stuff. His and, you know, going to Peabody, he had pounds of scholarships for other colleges, you know, and he was a young brother, you know, he just wanted to go get something to eat at Wendy's, and he got shot. And that was uncalled for. You know, you can't even go get nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? That was an innocent death. He could have made something of his life.
Can't even chill with your girl at the movies or nothing.
You know?
Yeah.
You're tripping.
Exactly.
and it seems like mostly like Dorian, Rig, Javon Thomas, and many others, like the people, they'll be the innocent ones that die, and they don't be involved in it really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just because, I mean, you picture yourself around it sometimes. I mean, you probably got blood friends or whatever. I mean, and you got friends that's not in a gang, but you still accept them, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's cool with them, and that's how they were, like, you know what I'm saying? And they get killed. I mean, they don't even be the main ones that be causing trouble or whatever to other neighborhoods. It seems like they don't die. I mean, they gonna die eventually or get locked up, but it seems like the innocent ones always die trying to do something with their life. Javon had scholarship, go to college. Dorian Reed had a scholarship.
And the messed
just
up
don't make
thing
no
that
sense.
he had a baby on the way when he passed away.
That's right.
Yep.
So
Just
you
like
know,
you said, name, look, the bullet ain't got no name, you know what I'm saying? It might be meant for him, but get you know what I'm saying? And Javon, that was my cousin's baby's dad, you know what I'm saying? I was heard about that.
he got a beautiful
You know what I'm
baby
saying?
girl.
I know he was a good artist. He had things going. And Dorian and Keith, you know what I'm saying? Bullet ain't got no name.
Yeah, there goes some of his paintings over here. All over there, all around.
Yeah, but the thing is, another point about his kid. Now,
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. The bullet has no name. And if you know that, then get your ass out of the street. Stop administering bullets and stop receiving them. Save your life and protect your life. It's the best thing you have. It's the best thing you have. And once it's gone, it's over. This is not the movies. There is no coming back. Once it's over, it's over. So you want to get all that you can out of it, out of this life. You want to stay around as long as you can. Because once you're gone, you're gone. You don't want to go for something like this and you can never come back. That's outrageous. No way. Hell no. I'm not going to die slipping on no rock. And I'm not going to die killing my people. I'm going to die for the people, for my people. Not because of them. At the end of the day, man, the biggest threat to another black man's life is another black man. Make no mistake about it. The biggest threat to another black man's life, or to a black man's life, is another black man. Unfortunate, but true. And that just simply needs to change, and we can change it. But we're going to have to change it. We're going to need the motivation, the incentive is already there. Self-love, love of self, and love of people. Love of race, love of ethnicity, love of culture, love of community. That's the incentive and the motivation. And when you hate yourself and hate your community and hate what you look like, you're going to hate what the other person looks like that looks like you. When you see him, you see yourself. And since you hate yourself and who you are, what you have become, you end up hating him. And it shows every day out in the streets, the hatred that we have for one another. There are also, times when I see a lot of love, of course, amongst ourselves. Of course. We have a certain language, a secret language, that we speak to one another. We have a certain love as well. But at this point, it's not strong enough. The love is not strong enough. The love should far outweigh the hate. And I should feel safe and comfortable coming into any black community on planet Earth. And I don't. And that's a problem. I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable being amongst my own people. I can't go wherever you at. Whatever neighborhood is that, you're going to say, this your neighborhood? You don't own shit over there. This ain't your fucking neighborhood. What are you talking about? You barely paying the rent there. You was just late last month. Had an eviction notice on your door. And you ready to die for this shit, for this street? And I can't come over here and hang out with my people. I can't be comfortable. I can't come over here and embrace you. Just the thought of embracing another black man sounds distasteful to some listeners because you've been brainwashed. You've been trained. You've been indoctrinated. You've been trained to believe that there's something wrong with loving your own brethren, your own ilk. It's disgusting. You won't embrace me. You won't hug me. You shoot me. You beat me, but you won't hug me and embrace me. You show me hatred, but you won't show me any love. We have a long way to go, and we got to get to work, man.
That's your cousin.
Yeah.
She got to bring up a baby, on her own.
Hurt.
A gangbanger to just have no cure for life and not think about the consequences that he got to go through. But I'm not saying every brother's like that. But you as yourself, you got kids, right?
Yeah.
You know how I feel. You won't be there for your kids. You won't be there.
It's hard, man, because you know what I'm saying. In a gang, all the things follow as drug dealing, not going to school. You know what I'm saying. Your baby's mom start looking at you like you nothing, but she still love you. You know what I'm saying. You want to get out there and make that money on the streets to support your son, but you know what I'm saying, your baby's mom know you living negatively, but then again, she know what's going on about the jobs and everything else,
because the jobs out here, if you look at it, it's not really nothing you can survive on. $4.35 an hour.
Yeah.
How can you take care of yourself?
You know what I'm saying? You
support
busting your butt
kid,
like you getting $10 an hour.
Get two jobs.
But on the
That's how. Get two jobs. That's not enough. Get three. Do anything other than commit a crime, anything other than put a weapon in your hand and take someone else's hard-earned money who's making $4.35 an hour and trying to feed themselves and their family. Work 2 jobs. Young, strong men. Work 3 jobs. Go to school. Get a trade. And it'll pay off in the long run. Cultivate a plan and stick to it. But don't make any excuses about the pay. Get a second job. That's not justification for going out into the street and taking matters into your own hand. Because that's going to lead down one of 2 roads and one of 2 roads only. That is it. Death and prison. That is it. It is nothing. That's what's waiting on you at the end of that. Believe that. They glorify and tell you what's going on in the beginning, but they don't tell you what's going to happen in the end. That in the end, you're going to be in a grave, 6 feet under, with everyone having forgot about you after so long. How many of your homeboys do you know that passed away in the 1980s that they still talk about, that is still mourned? The homies still go to his cemetery and put flowers on his grave. They still in touch with his with his family and his mother and sisters and taking care of them. You barely hear them mention their name now. They gonna mention a homie that just got killed yesterday for 2 or 3 years until another one gets killed, and you're gonna be forgot about. You're gonna die for something, some fake ass cause that you claim to love that does not love you back. That's not gonna care about you once you're gone. You're going there, or you're gonna go to prison. You're gonna be sitting in a cell for the rest of your life with a boatload of regret. That's it. Every day waking up, talking about how much you regret that decision that you made 35 years ago. And you still sitting there, old and gray, with no one. Everyone has moved on from you. Your girl left you 5 weeks in. She didn't even make it to 6 weeks. She been gone. All bad. Or you can get the hell out, go to school now, get a trade, learn medicine, learn business, become an entrepreneur. Our people need grocery stores and hospitals. We need doctors. We don't need this.
Streets, you can make $100 an hour. So can someone blame us for being the way that we were in the past, I mean,
just the options.
They gotta, I'm asking the viewers, anybody at home, if you feel that you have like any type of power in the community to help us out, and when I say by us, I mean the whole Pittsburgh Teenage Youth Group, please call, get in touch with Chris Moore, and the number is 622-1388. I appreciate it if you could call and check us out or something, because we are trying to stop this gang thing, because we wouldn't even be here. I mean, these brothers, I give all y'all, commendance for coming on this show like this. Because right now, the truce is really weak. I mean, because Homewood and East Hills, they had a truce, but I heard they broke up. We got to get a truce going around the whole city. Yes. We got to do this. And the jobs it's hard to really come to a truce, because the jobs out here is really not really supporting what you have to take care of, so then you forced to what?
Look, man, we gotta make our own money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like everybody up here, I know people up here for rap, you know what I'm saying? Get that going for a minute. Then bring everybody else up, like how you did me, you know what I mean? Get that going for you, then let everybody else come up.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying, you could start out small, do
I mean, they all seem smart. They all seem intelligent, actually, especially for their age. Even a dude talking right now, the glasses and the rag on, But no, you can be more than a rapper. That's the first thing he goes to is, we can be, we can rap, get our own money. We can rap. No, you don't have to rap or play basketball. Your people built pyramids that has yet to be discovered or unpuzzled. They can't understand how these things were built. They were so angry that they tore them down. The black man's mind is that of which I've never seen before. You just have to use it. You have to exercise. Sit down, think about what you want to do, what you want to be, and why, and how this will be conducive to the community and to the world, and then apply yourself. Not a rapper, not a basketball player, not a football player, not even a doctor or a lawyer, if that's not what you want. You can change the world with your mind if you cultivate it and apply yourself. And you can build wealth. Just think things through. Now, the other dude here, the light-skinned one, he seems humble and intelligent as well. These are all young individuals, and they're trying to do better. As we just heard, they're there in Pittsburgh. And clearly, again, this video, I don't know, it's probably from the 90s or something. Probably from the 1990s, I would think. It's not even the 2000s right here, for sure. Hell no. You got the Pendleton and shit. It's from the 90s. Got the pigtails. Yeah, that's from the 90s or something. But he's intelligent, and he said, hey, we trying to change our lives. Anyone wants to help. All right, if you're willing to help, if you can help, if you're going to help, please help us. We're here because we want to change. So these dudes are young, and they're already thinking about change. They're already talking about peace. This is in the 90s. Dude talking about peace. East Hill and whoever else he said that had a peace treaty, but broke up. And he said, man, we need peace in all of Pittsburgh. We need peace everywhere out here with all the gangs. Young dude talking like this. Talking how I'm talking now. I'll be 52 next month. He's 16, 17 years old right here talking like this. So I had to give him credit. I had to pause and give him some credit. He's talking calm. He's sitting there with so-called ops, so-called enemies. He's sitting there with Bloods. And he's saying, man, we need to stop this shit. At 16, 17, 18 years old, however old he is. The one here on the corner, light-skinned one. But the thing is, and this is a whole nother subject and a whole nother video, they're not going to get this help. They did not get the help, I can guarantee it. Because the government, the country is fine with the self-destruction. This is not to pass the buck or pass blame to anyone. They're not offering any programs for the youth. They're not trying to get you out of this situation. They want you in it. This is why they built the prisons. This is why Clinton came with the 94 crime bill. To make, no. Like I said, I would have to, I had to get into that. But, well, let me get into it a little bit. Well, no, I'm not right now. It's already been going for a minute. Let me let them talk.
A little bit of vending, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's like, selling clothes on the block, you know what I'm saying? Have little organizations doing certain things like, well, it's getting hot, start cutting grass, start out like that. Put some, bring that money from cutting grass into something else, you know what I'm saying? And then you ain't got to ask for nobody to do nothing for you. That's one thing we got to start doing, you know what I'm saying? And that's making our own money, not, blaming it on nobody, just, doing what we got to do.
So Khalif, where do you see yourself in, say, 3 years?
These dudes smart, man.
I don't know.
Young dudes, man. Them dudes smart, bro. He's saying not blame nobody. Let's cut some grass, make our own money, get the money from the grass cutting and put that into something else. Dudes 15 and 16 years old. Back in the day, he's talking like this. Hell, they put some of these OGs to shame right now. The way some of these older heads talk. Right now. It's from 30 years ago or some shit. Put 15-year-olds putting these old motherfuckers to shame. Shame on you, man.
I just gotta try. I'm confused. I gotta try to get a plan established of what I'm gonna do. Cause right now I'm in the SIS program and I'm trying to do what I gotta do to get released. I mean, I was on a basketball team for Peabody, and I really want to get a scholarship, hopefully. I mean, that's a dream, but if I can get it, that's good. But my major goals is to stay out of crime and stuff. I mean, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, commit no crime for a long time since I've been in the SIS. And that's what I'm trying to do, get my life together, you know what I'm saying? We be having family counseling and set a path that I can walk, because I've been going down the wrong road with the gang banging stuff all the time, selling drugs, and I really ain't had no positive life yet to look through. And about what you said about the jobs, like the $4.35 an hour, I mean, I ain't got no kids, but I know it's hard to live on, but it ain't even about that. It's about getting a job first. We can't even get the job before we complain about the wage.
By the way we look by our braids.
Yeah.
Now, braids, I mean, they're black. I mean, you know, just because somebody might walk into your office with a lot of hair on the top of their head, you know, the employer will be like, oh, okay, I'll call you. He won't call. I mean, it's like they're discriminating just over our hair. Yeah, it's like if you got braids and your pants is a little too big for you because you don't like to wear tight pants, it's like you're a gangbanger,
You get
quote
used
unquote.
And to be clear and to be fair, again, this young dude, highly intelligent, a high IQ, clearly, I wonder who he is and where he is now. Because you only get smarter, or that should be the process as you mature. So I'm sure he's even more intellectual at this point in his life. But what he's saying is true, to be fair. Because I get on the gangbangers about, and I just said, well, get a job, get 2 jobs and all that. But sometimes it is hard. It's hard for felons. It's hard, if I'm being frank, for black people sometimes. We know, statistics show, studies show, that a white person, even less qualified than a black person, will still get the job. This is not crime, race. These are just the facts, bro. You know. And so I remember when the recession hit some time back, and I was sitting in prison, and a white dude had robbed a liquor store or something. He came in, and they showed it, they had it on the news. They had it on Good Morning America. And he had a gun to the cashier's face, and, you know, and I think he had his kid with him or something, if I remember correctly. And the host on the show on Good Morning America was saying that things are so hard now with this recession that ordinary, everyday Americans are struggling, and struggling so much financially they can't feed themselves, can't feed their families. That she said, even now, ordinary Americans are doing stuff like this, committing crimes like this to feed themselves. Suddenly, people understood. Suddenly, people understand crime when it's them that's starving and that cannot get a job. Because the unemployment rate was so high, everybody was losing their jobs. People don't have a nest egg. They didn't have money saved up like that. The economy is in ruins. And now, ordinary people, ordinary Americans, in other words, people that don't look like me and does not look like him, people who they expect this from, real human beings now are committing crimes. But, you know, she had compassion and understanding for why, to feed their families, she said. So suddenly, when you're faced with the stuff that we've been faced with since we've been in this country, suddenly you understand. You understand that you're going to do whatever it takes to feed yourself and feed your family. Suddenly you get the urgency and the desperation that some people feel. And the frustration from trying to do right, trying to get a job, and can't get one, and then telling them to just hold up and wait and be patient. We all know, people have said before, that, you know, the next logical step in the equation, once someone is asking for food and they're hungry, and you say no, then they start asking more aggressively a few weeks later because now they're hungrier. And you keep saying, no, I'm not going to give you any food. I don't have any food for you. It's not that I don't have any food, because The hungry person is sitting right here and looking inside the door and see that you have a room, a kitchen full of food, full. From the floor to the ceiling. And this man is just asking for a piece of bread. Just give me a piece of bread. And you have steaks and lobster stacked to the ceiling. He don't even want that. He's so hungry, he just said, just give me a piece of bread. And you tell him no to his face every time. Well, after 3 weeks, he's going to get more aggressive. Man, I need some bread. And after a month and a half, now it's turning into a threat. Bro, give me some bread or else. Because now he's starving. And you playing in his face. What you think is going to happen eventually as he continues to starve, and now he really needs this bread for survival. And you sitting right here with all of this stuff, way more than enough to survive on, and won't share any with him. Well, you're putting yourself in danger. You're putting yourself in danger. So they have a point that, you know, it's hard without getting jobs, no programs. They're sitting here on TV asking for a program, for someone to come and help us get out of this situation. But there was no help coming. We're going to get into that. There was no help coming for the gang culture. And this is not, again, to ascribe blame. This is just to state the facts. If you don't like it, I don't care. I'm going to state the freaking facts.
Gangbangers.
Yeah,
and you
just
might
like-
stick them up.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying? I went down to this business, the Patty Cake Bakery, try to get an application. They gonna say they ain't had no app, you know what I'm saying? They discriminated me from the door, because when I walked in there, I seen the looks on their faces, you know what I'm saying? It was all females. There wasn't no males in there. I'm a black male, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a gangbanger, bald head, you know what I'm saying? I just got discriminated, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be, you know?
That's like
you
when
gotta
you
get
go
the
to-
job and then talk
Exactly.
about the wages.
See, we got to do it for
Gotta get the
ourselves.
job.
Now, you say, like you said, when you go to try to apply for a job, you get that look like you're
Yeah.
not wanted.
You know
So
what I'm
what we
saying?
got to do, we got to be men. You know, we going to be 20 in a minute, some of us.
Yeah.
We got to start taking responsibility for ourselves and our communities. You know, we got to say, look, if you're selling drugs, put your money into this. Let's turn that money around. Let's get our own business and legalize it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking about trying to get funding so we can try to get a little studio in Pittsburgh.
Turn the negative
Where,
to
you
a
know,
positive.
the LBC, you know, Lorimer, Law, Bloods and Crips, we can all just come, and if you got talent, you know, we just get the records on, you know, because Pittsburgh is not known for a musical city.
Yeah.
Majority of people who make it here, they leave. What we got to do, we got to bring that back. We got to make it here. You know, we got to stay here.
Like Black Caesar.
Yeah, see, I come in at, yeah. Go ahead, C's.
All right. All right, man. Nice conversation, man. Really. Young dudes, man. None of them was 20. He said they're about to be 20 soon, or some of them, as we saw one of them, a couple of them, 16, 15, whatever, young dudes, but they all seem to be trying to do right. You know, they seem all to have a head on their shoulders and wanting to go in a different direction. You know, remember that they're very young having this conversation. They could be out there in the street trying to unalive one another like all of these gangs are doing, but instead they sit down having a conversation talking about bringing peace to the whole gang culture out there in Pittsburgh. You know, and making their own money and investing the money, getting a studio. I mean, they were talking like they had a head on their shoulders for teenagers. As I said, you would hear some dudes now, even on the internet, 60 years old, talking about, you know what I'm saying, their gang. Every other word is their gang. Cuz, Blood, or Groove, or Hoover, or whatever. Whoa. Somebody's granddaddy? Man, sit your ass down. Stay safe and stay free, people.